People have disappeared, swallowed by an underwater monster in the Kali River in North India. I'm going to find out exactly what is going on. I have entered the Gumbesh, the lost country, the heart of the monster's lair. My mission is to travel downriver collecting all the information I can and sift fact from fiction. Every evening we'll have to set up a new camp, as this river is too dangerous to navigate at night. It's very sparsely populated here. You occasionally see people walking along the tops of mountains, and even halfway up some sort of sheer mountainsides collecting fodder for goats and stuff like that. But word travels very quickly, and we've already got quite a little crowd gathering around the campsite. We've reached the location of the first attack, the disappearance of Dil Bahadur. Tomorrow, I'm hoping to find out more. Vinny's organised a meeting with a man who was there at the time. His name is Bhuwan Punetha. And is this the place where the story finishes? Mr. Punetha was waiting for the ferry to come across the river. There were 3 other people, his friend and this young Nepali couple. And he said the boy in shallow water, knee-deep water, he just disappeared too quickly even to scream, to shout. I mean, what alerted them was the fact that the girl screamed. They just disappeared under the water, and it's calm water. It's not the fast bit of the pool, and he didn't see a fish or anything at all. There was just a disturbance, and the boy went, and it happened right here where I'm looking now, and it's very hard to believe, but he saw it with his own eyes. Perhaps what Mr. Punetha saw has a less mysterious cause. My first suspect is the river itself. Maybe Dil died as a result of being sucked down by the huge forces generated by whirlpools. New fishing rod? To find out, I use a depth sounder to determine the topography of the river and the pools. I'm looking for sudden deep holes, evidence of whirlpool activity, a place where undercurrents might drag a swimmer underwater. 20 feet and touching the rock, 20 foot, dry there. There is deep water close to the bank. Look at that crack there. Do you know what I can do? I can shove this pole in that crack. So literally I'll just move it 6 inches sideways and we've got 23 foot. In fact, near the rocky outcrop, the water is as deep as 28 feet. These areas of deep water are created as the water is forced around a bend. The same force creates a series of shifting whirlpools. It is a very powerful river, and there are places literally where, yes, you can be knee-deep water, you take one step and you're in 30 foot or whatever, and I think, you take a mouthful of water, you go under, that's it, you don't come up. Yet these places are away from the area where Dil Bahadur disappeared. What's interesting, though, is that a lot of these stories are not from the rougher bits of the river, they are from the quiet places, normally in the pools where there's a ferry, and you've just got gently shelving water, and they disappear. Now, that doesn't quite fit with the idea of it's always the water. Bahadur's disappearance happened in shallow water, away from areas of turbulence. There were other people in the water as well, so if it was a sudden surge, why didn't it affect them? I am very doubtful that this was a straightforward case of drowning. The next case certainly wasn't. It's only a mile or so downstream where the next case occurred. Gaht is another ferry crossing point. The 10-year-old boy was definitely grabbed by something. Those were his final words, heard by people on the riverbank. But by the time anyone had come to help, he'd vanished. No one saw a thing. What an unimaginable tragedy. Whatever grabbed him must have been extremely powerful to have dragged the boy underwater so quickly. The next case is even scarier. This time the victim was not a small defenseless boy, but an adult buffalo. A couple of years ago, a man who lived in this village here called Maneating, who has since died, told me about the time he saw his fully grown buffalo dragged into the water just here. But he's actually managed to find his son, and we're going to just see if I can find out anything more about that incident.
एक पर पानी था, यहाँ से दिख रहा था, साफ नजर आ रहा। अच्छा। यहाँ से फिर गहरा शुरू, फिर जब गहराई में गया तो फिर नजर नहीं आया।
It was shallow water out here with a few rocks sticking out, and as the first buffalo was drinking water, something grabbed it. And these people saw it sort of struggling with its head and neck, and then suddenly it toppled over into the water. He and his father, they saw the buffalo struggling, or something struggling with the buffalo all along this bend in the pool. And from where the deep water starts, the buffalo disappeared completely. It didn't come up. There was also a lot of blood involved.
So it sounds like something actually grabbed it by the snout almost and sort of pulled it in by the snout. You said that there was something thrashing around that wasn't buffalo. I mean, did anybody get a clear view or any kind of view of, what else was in there thrashing in the water?
पानी में ऐसे करते अंदाज तो नहीं आया, लेकिन था वो
कैसा रंग था वो पानी का?
काला काला ही.
He said it was a creature, it was black in color, and it was larger than the buffalo. That's what people noticed about it.
So I mean, in 30 foot of water, whatever we've got, there's just no way you're going to see it. The answer is down there somewhere. But what sort of animal can drag an 800-pound buffalo to a watery death? Here in India, there's an obvious suspect.
Some people say it's a crocodile, but no one knows for sure because no one's had a very clear look at it.
Is this the monster I'm looking for? A giant crocodile?